Who is the best Liverpool player in the last 5 years? Is it Salah, Firmino, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, or even Jordan Henderson? Most of you would probably say Mohamed Salah is the answer. That is totally understandable. We believe another player deserves to be mentioned whenever this discussion opens. We're of course talking about Sadio Mane, the player who's been as influential to the Reds' success over the recent years as Mohamed Salah himself. The Senegalese had won it all with Liverpool before he decided to leave the Premier League to join German giants Bayern Munich. Many expected Mane to go on to conquer the world with his new club, however that hasn't been the case. Despite winning the Bundesliga last season, the Senegalese was deemed as a flop as he failed to leave his mark. Well, he eventually did leave a mark during the season, but it was on Leroy Sané's face. So how did Sadio Mane rise to stardom, and how did his career go downhill in a blink of an eye? Well, in this video, we're going to document the rise and fall of Sadio Mane. But before we do get into today's video guys, please do consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel for daily football content. Now, if you think that Sadio Mane's career is impressive, just wait till you hear how he managed to start it. Sadio was born on April 10th, 1992 in Senegal. His parents had too many children to care for and insufficient money to support them all, so Sadio had to grow up in his uncle's house. Mane's parents were so poor that they couldn't educate him, so every morning the young kid would wake up and instead of heading to school to learn, he would hang out in the streets with a ball at his feet. Aged 3 years old, Mane spent the whole day from dusk till dawn playing in the alleys of his small village. Since he was a little boy, he dreamt of becoming a professional footballer. The ambition got even bigger when Sadio watched his national team advance to the 2002 World Cup quarter-finals, an achievement that will always remain in the hearts of the Senegalese people. Mane was 10 years old when Senegal impressed the world, and since that moment, he decided to take football even more seriously than before. He and his friends started organising football tournaments in their village, and Sadio was determined to showcase his skill and win every game he participated in. Indeed, Sadio proved he was talented, and everyone in his village talked about his footballing ability. The young kid got everyone supporting him except, well, for his own family. His parents were religious and wanted their son to have a different career. However, Mane only had football on his mind and heart, and slowly he convinced his parents and uncle to let him pursue his dream. At 15, Mane headed to Dakar, the Senegal capital. His family sold crops from their farm to raise money for the young lad, and even people from his village contributed to financially supporting him. Upon his arrival in the capital, Mane asked about the most famous club in town. In his old boots and torn shorts, the boy headed to the club the next day to participate in a trial alongside many other kids. The academy coach was angry with Mane's ragged outfit, but as soon as the boy touched the ball, you could see the surprise on the coach's face. Mane was picked straight away and joined the local team's academy. To sum up just how good Sadio was compared to the other boys his age, it's enough to mention that he scored 131 goals in 90 appearances during his 2 seasons with the academy. So far it has been nothing but struggles for Sadio Mane. The boy had nothing easy on his way up. However, his hard work and dedication finally paid off after he was spotted by French scouts. Mane was called to join the Generation Foot Academy in Dakar, which partnered with the French side Metz. Mane impressed during his time with Generation Foot and even helped them gain promotion to the second division in the 2010-2011 season. His ability, work ethic, and strong mentality finally earned him his first genuine opportunity to achieve his dream of becoming a professional footballer. In 2011, 19-year-old Mane signed for Metz and travelled to France to join his new club. He kept his move a secret and only informed his uncle about it. Once he settled in France, he called his mother, who thought he was still in Dakar, to tell her he was abroad. The news shocked his mother, who was skeptical of her son making it to the professional level. She called him every day to check if he was telling the truth. Mane spent just 1 season with FC Metz, in which his club was relegated to the 3rd division. Although his time in France wasn't great, Sadio Mane impressed with Senegal at the London Olympics in 2012. Ralf Rangnick, the sporting director of Red Bull Salzburg in Austria, spotted his performances. Salzburg submitted a €4 million offer for the player, and in August 2012 the move was official. This was when Sadio finally introduced himself to Europe. With 42 goals in 80 appearances over 2 seasons, Mane won the Austrian domestic double in the 2013-14 season. Again, his output and performances caught the attention of a bigger club. This time it was the Premier League side, Southampton. Sadio forced his way out of Salzburg once he learned about the Saints' interest. In September 2014, an agreement worth €23 million was found between the clubs, and the player finally achieved his dream of becoming a Premier League player. From 2014 to 2016, Sadio Mane became Southampton's best player. With 25 goals and 14 assists in 75 appearances across all competitions, Mane helped the Saints achieve their best ever Premier League finish, as they ended up finishing 6th in the 2015-2016 campaign. This finally brings us to the time when Mane achieved greatness. After becoming one of the best players in the Premier League with Southampton, giant English clubs expressed their interest. In July 2016, Mane became the most expensive African player in history, signing with Liverpool for €41 million. Mane quickly became a crucial player for Jurgen Klopp. With Mo Salah and Roberto Firmino, the Senegalese formed a deadly striking trio that did not only frighten in England, but in all of Europe. With 120 goals and 48 assists in 269 appearances, Mane succeeded in bringing Liverpool back to the top. After winning the 2019 Champions League, bringing the league title for the first time in 30 years, and winning the FA Cup and an EFL Cup, it is fair to say that Sadio did go down in history as one of the best players to ever wear a red shirt. But that wasn't enough for the player. He achieved national greatness as he captained his national side to their first ever African Cup of Nations title in 2022. All the sacrifices he had to make and the suffering he had to endure finally paid off as Mane became a national hero. After 6 successful seasons with Liverpool, Sadio felt it was time for a different adventure. Being one of the best left wingers in the world, German giants Bayern Munich decided that he was the right player to bring them European glory. In July 2022, a €32 million transfer fee was agreed between Bayern Munich and Liverpool, closing a great chapter for Mane in England. Mane's time in Germany started positively, as he scored 11 goals in 23 appearances across all competitions until he suffered a knee injury in a game against Werder Bremen. This was when everything started to go downhill. It all started when Mane was confirmed to miss out on the 2022 World Cup due to his injury. The player was crucial in guiding Senegal to the World Cup for the second time in their history and was eager to achieve more glory during the competition. Being in his 30s, Sadio knew this would be his last chance to play at a World Cup, so he made attempts to make the squad despite his injury. Still, he was forced to remain in Germany, unable to aid his country on football's biggest stage. This was a significant blow to Sadio, which undoubtedly affected his mentality. That was evident after he came back from injury. The player only scored 1 goal for the remainder of the campaign, but if you think that was the end of it, you're wrong. Sadio Mane came on as a substitute in the 70th minute in Bayern's humiliating 3-0 defeat against Manchester City in the Champions League quarter-finals. During the game, Mane was spotted arguing with his teammate Leroy Sané. So far, it seems normal. Players often argue with each other on the pitch when they're frustrated. However, things didn't end here in this case. Both players took their issues beyond the final whistle and into the dressing room. This was when things got physical as Mane punched Sané in the face. The German winger was spotted the next day with a busted lip, which confirmed the altercation between the players. Bayern's board decided to ban and fine Mane, which worsened his situation in Germany. Mane went on to feature once again for Bayern during the campaign, but as we mentioned, he only managed to score a single goal. Despite winning the Bundesliga title after a season-long title race with Borussia Dortmund, Mane was considered a flop signing, and reports started to emerge that Bayern were eager to get rid of him. Sadio Mane had nothing easy coming his way from his early days of his career. From being unable to go to school to being mocked for being poor, the Senegalese icon went through hell to make it to the top. However, despite how mentally tough he is, his injury during a crucial time of the season had obviously taken a toll on him, resulting in a drastic fall from grace. Do you think Sadio Mane will leave Bayern this summer, especially with reports linking him with a move to Saudi Arabia? And do you think he'll get back to the heights he once had? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily football content. Whilst you're here, why not check out the unbelievable redemption of Trent Alexander-Arnold? Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.